Russian officials warned of the risk of nuclear war after the French president's announcement about the possibility of sending NATO troops to Ukraine. On February 26, after a meeting of more than 20 Western leaders, French President Emmanuel Macron said that the parties participating in the meeting discussed the plan to send troops into Ukraine. He said the West has not yet reached a consensus on this issue, but did not rule out any future scenarios. In an interview with Soloviev Live TV channel on March 5, when asked by the host whether such statements by the French president were pushing the world to the brink of nuclear war, Christian director Russian Foreign Intelligence Service Sergei Naryshkin affirmed, yes. Mr. Naryshkin said French President Emmanuel Macron's statements about the deployment of NATO troops in Ukraine showed the irresponsibility of European leaders. That demonstrates the high political responsibility of the current leaders of European countries, in this case the French president, Mr. Naryshkin added. It's sad to see this, it's sad to understand that current European and North Atlantic leaders lack the ability to negotiate and often demonstrate a lack of common understanding. That's why statements like this, that's very dangerous, the Russian official emphasized. In his State of the Union address to Parliament on February 29, Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that the scenario of Western troops sending troops into Ukraine could spark a nuclear war. Mr. Putin added that Russia possesses weapons that can target any target on Western territory. After President Macron's statement, NATO allies quickly stated their position that they had no intention of sending troops to Ukraine and did not support direct involvement in the conflict. French Foreign Minister Stéphane Séjourné affirmed that France has never crossed the line in the conflict in Ukraine and will not cross it. Foreign Minister Séjourné also clarified President Macron's statement that the presence of Western troops in Ukraine may be necessary to provide certain types of aid, including mine clearance and military training. Ukraine, but that does not imply their direct involvement in the conflict. For his part, Mr. Macron said that his statement was not spontaneous, but was carefully calculated. On the other hand, he affirmed that France's red line is not to fight against the Russian people and not to escalate the conflict. However, he still emphasized that European allies need to increase their support for Ukraine and should not show cowardice. He supported the plan that the Czech Republic proposed last month to fund the quick purchase of hundreds of thousands of ammunition from a third party for Ukraine. It is unclear the extent of France's participation in implementing this plan, but Mr. Macron said authorities are discussing and he supports using European funds to buy ammunition for Kyiv.